All right, welcome back everyone here to the CEVO Season 7 Pro Placements Europe. We're in that best of 3 existence versus Penta Esports. Bold pick of Cash by Penta to start things off, and it was existence to win that map as they had done previously earlier on in the bracket, in the upper bracket, when both teams were still there. But moving on to map 2, it's going to be Mirage, and both teams really like this map. I'm Helium, and with me Launders. And Launders, what do you think about this Mirage second map?
I think it's scary for Penta. I mean, Existence picked this map. Penta are going to be happy to play it, but at the same time, Existence are very good on it. And we just saw them go up against Penta on a map that Penta picked and won it. You know, it's already been an upset today in this best of 3, and these guys are fighting for survival in this pro placement. You know, neither of these teams, if they lose, will be able to play out in the pro division of CEVO. That's a lot of money on the line. So with that being said, I think with both teams wanting to win here, it's a big surprise that Penta weren't able to take that first map, and I'm highly impressed by Existence's play so far.
Yeah, I felt Existence would still get it. I mean, they looked really good on it the first time the teams faced off, and they did get it. I still thought Penta would win 2-1, and we'll see here on Mirage, but I'm worried. I think Kyrie is too hot. He warmed up with that op like in an incredible fashion on that first map. 100%.
I guess one thing to notice, though, about that was that he didn't actually have to go up against too many, like, really risky op duels with the offers on Penta with Crystal. He never had to go up against that kind of animosity. And now the nades coming out, takedown next early in the round. He's a really strong pistol player for Penta, and Crystal's pushed the top mid, so they do have a lot of information in return that can benefit them quite a bit. And a player's rotated over to B, so their only disadvantage right now is the fact that they're actually a man down. And 2 players in B means they're expecting Existence to just hang out for a second, wait for the rotates to occur, and then go back, and then maybe hit it right after. And if not, maybe throw stuff over B and rush connector to A. That could work just as well.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, if they had one player... Okay, they're going to work towards underpass, so that'll put... actually, all working towarers underpass. All right. Oh, that nade, though, doing so much damage. And 2 of them, a little bit to flip in. I mean, honestly, almost 100 damage nade right there towards those 3 people. That puts things in Penta's favor, but they don't really know that nade landed. So they're pretty much still in the same place mentally. We'll see how Crystal's aim can be. Thinks he'll be the first one tested here, or maybe he'll test them first. Gonna throw that pop flash out, peek with the P2K, quickly go back. Oh, but from behind, he's brought down.
Oh, he's got to be upset about his teammate there, who was in window, couldn't watch his back, and now NKJ sees the foot of the planter, but doesn't do anything about it. Comes around, takes one player off of stairs, and gets traded out immediately by Lowell.
Yeah, now 2 players for Penta. Would really like to get things started off with those pistol round wins, and it looks like they may do just that. Flipping very low. The bomb is planted for him. Oh, but gonna get smoked off, getting some damage onto the feet.
Oh, can't exactly tell where it's planted and doesn't manage to survive that pistol round, but since the bomb did go down, he won't have to suffer a no bunny bonus, and will run away with that armor. But Penta put a round on the board after being down 1 and surviving by hitting these really clean headshots and maintaining a man advantage henceforth. So after that nade went down into underpass, headshots did come out, and so I don't think it really mattered that much, but that was a really great nade from Crystal, and I think that just was indicative of the fact that Penta had the idea they were an underpass, which meant that the information was on their side. They had a good read. This is
a big second round. There's a lot of money out here, in-game money, that is. Whoa. Everyone buying up here. And the SMGs, it looks like it has got them into a 3-on-2 scenario, but the AK for flipping, I mean, because the bomb was planted, so it's a big buy up here in the second round. It looks like the MP9 maybe did its job in silencing here. What gun did Dennis have? Because he got a 2K, but I didn't quite catch it. Either way, Crystal's got 1 with the MP9. Speedy picked up 1 with the Silence Colt, and it's just Moose and Bonnie, Tech 9, Bomb, and some head armor, so he can maybe do some damage. And really just, well, okay, 1 player close, and I think 1 over there in jungle. So Moose and Bonnie maybe with an opportunity, but also with a lot of time on the clock. So gonna keep Penta guessing on where he's gonna go.
He wants to make a play here. I mean, he still has the opportunity to quite possibly, like I'd say, has a 20% chance to trick somebody in a 2v1 into shooting them in the back. Now that they know he's here, but in the apps is kind of stuck, and he's going to look to just walk right back out. They're going to assume it's B, he's hoping, and that means he's going to have to deal with one player here, but he knows that there's at least one who hasn't rotated. He knows.
Oh, and it looked, I think Nex was holding an angle, had just moved back when Musabani walked out, but then, you know, Musabani was very, very low, and even at that range, the P90 brings him down, so Penta Sports very, very close first round, and honestly, a pretty close second round. Could have had another plant at least.
Yeah, it can be kind of expensive, but the thing is now that SMGs are so viable, you can buy like 1 or 2 maybe rifles to complement your SMGs, and say you win the round with only 2 players alive, well then both of those players can go and pick up rifles and not have to upgrade, which they would have to do anyway, right? So it's almost economically beneficial to spend a little bit more money on rifles and even draw players in order to win a round. But Crystal with these great underpass nades. Oh, actually only doing like 50 damage. I think he got gypped there a little bit.
Yeah, that was still a sick nade. Just the right click with the moving forward, bouncing it off the windowsill there. It was fancy. Give him extra points for it, but not any more damage. As Crystal finds 2 now, so Penta, well, they started out cash this way as well, getting the first 3.
Very true,
way
very
cleaner
true.
than this, and then, you know, falling down when Kyrie picked up the op. But a clean round 3 here.
Yeah, I feel like if there were 2 countries that were very good at Mirage, they would be Germany and Spain.
Germany and Spain?
Yeah.
So similar to soccer or football for those viewers.
Right. Yeah, and maybe that means they're a great matchup for each other. But yeah, here we go into a rifle round for Existence. Now they get to prove themselves here and see if they can put one on the board. Everybody has spent all their money. Okay, they have reached all the way into their piggy bank. All the piggy banks are broken. $0 across the board, except for one person who bought a decoy with 100 left. And they have to put a round on the board here. They're going up against an op, but also a P90 from Nex. I wonder how lethal he can be with that gun. Has the opportunity to do some nade damage here, but this smoking window, I don't know if it's going to deter Dennis. He sees people running under it, but gets punished anyway. It was a one-way smoke that they used to their advantage. And Nex is burning in this fire. He's going to come through with a flash and get 2 picks with 8 AP. Oh my goodness.
And who would you know? It's Nex with the P90. I see a gun like that in round 4, and I would surely think it would be Speedy. But no, Nex does wonders with it, and that flash to start things off. Now he's still playing the van here. Lau moving in will bring him down through it. It is a 2-on-3. Oh, where's Kyrie? Oh, he's still getting his way over, coming through the market. Gonna go for a safe plant here. So he will get the bomb down. More money coming the terrorist way. Can fuel their efforts some more. But if Kyrie can get this market player, honestly, the 2-on-2 then becomes and wow, look at that, just walking on through. NKJ coming that direction by himself, and the molly. Oh my gosh, Lau so close to the fire, still able to jump out there. So staying alive. Oh, and he gets a. Must have been a wallbang dink because he was using an AK. Got that player down to 8.
He's mollying it out. He's going to look for the player on the left.
Wow, he does it. He does it. Trying to stick the defuse, and you throw a molly, and you know, every time you throw it, you're like, oh, I don't have to watch that direction. But when you throw it right at a player's face, like, he just jumps on through it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it was supposed to flush him out. I guess it was just assumed that if he had not jumped out window yet, he was on the long rotate out of the kitchen. But it was a 50-50 opportunity, and he just had the wrong read and lost the 2v1 because of it. I wasn't sure if the player could have got off the bomb there to try to kill someone and defuse again, but I don't think he thought he had enough time. So
maybe he didn't have a kit.
Maybe he didn't
actually know.
I think he did, but even still, with 5 seconds, there was no way he could defuse that, and Kyrie cleaned it up. So, and I mean, it was all Kyrie that round, even before it became a 1v2, as he killed that player in kitchen that was Nex and took control of it, and that's what really won them that clutch.
Oh, Nex in a really good spot though, and silence, so they might not have even seen it. Can probably assume it was Van. Mason is like, just back off. Can be a hard position to get players out of it. Crystal now pushing through underpass, so Existence getting picked apart there. It was Kyrie that opened up the round killing Speedy, but since then, getting outmaneuvered by Penta.
100%. This round coming down to a lot of rifle duels, just straight up losing, and there's Dennis putting an example of that up on the board as well, taking one player down from the back, and that's a 4th round on the board for Penta. Existence on a save, and that's kind of like how Existence started to run away with the CT half on the last map, except that this time it's Penta.
Yeah, I was actually really worried at the start of that round for Existence. They had the op on Kyrie, which you're like, oh, maybe he just wins the round. He got that opening pick, so it looked okay, but when it came to the rifle duels, it was 3 Galils for Existence.
Right.
And, well, actually, I don't know. Penta really juked them there and got some nice kills. I'm not sure the rifle mattered, but
yeah,
gotta wonder the Galil.
No, it could. I mean, like a Galil is just a terrible weapon. That's
yeah,
it's just horrible. And they decided to favor nades instead of go for AKs, and that's the only thing you can do on Mirage because it's such a big map where you need to smoke things out. But are looking at enter the A site here and are finding some success.
Oh, Crystal, beautiful. Goes through that smoke, jumps into Sandwich. Oh, could have done more, but does only find the one. Now it's a 4-on-1. NKJ, last player alive. And this was a beautiful round, really, for Existence.
Flippin' way in the back gets wall banged as Flippin' tries to stop the planner, but can't do it. And so Existence, wow, won that round. I think, yeah, Crystal, as you mentioned, we're expecting at least 2 kills there, and in a highlight reel 3, could only get 1 and gave up the site, I think. But the player who got entered by that P250 was the one to blame for sure. I believe it was NKJ. He was unable to get a frag. Now, you could put that on Existence for hitting a nice shot, or from NKJ for not playing it as well as he could have. But either way, it's a round on the board for Existence, right after Penta came away with one.
Oh, Crystal barely gets out of there, taking some shots through the wall at the end, down to 1 HP. Tried to do a jump over that smoke top to spray out through it with a 5-7. Risky, did not work out. And Mason, I think, took some of his damage as he shut down Dennis, who was pushing an underpass.
Spitty and Mason playing the patient game, telling each other
who will blink first.
You won't peek.
Maybe they are just whispering to each other through the wall. Proximity mics.
That would be mad cute.
That'd be awesome, actually. All right, Speedy here. I mean, the 1 kill range with the P250 only finds 1, though, and a bit of damage there on the tail end of it. Now pushing towards NKJ, though. Moose and Bonnie will find him. A site is completely open for business. The other 2 players, with their upgraded pistols and armor, waiting over at B. The Deagle, I think that sounded like a Deagle. Nex can't land that shot, though. We've seen Nex purchase the Deagle before, and Crystal trying to save with 5-7 flash and some armor.
Yeah, I mean, if it looks like nothing. 1 HP player with a 5-7 and half armor and a flash. He's equivalent to a homeless player in Counter-Strike, but if you add that all up, it's a little over $1,000. So it is worth hanging on to, and so he's going to try to do it. If he can get a frag, that's definitely worth it. But even if he were to go down, but it looks like he's going to see no action today. We'll just hang on to this all blue 5-7. Maybe can sell it for 50 keys after the match is done. And that's 1 more round on the board for Existence. About to equalize, but I think in terms of how many rounds you need as a CT, the equalizing has already happened.
Yeah. And I guess I didn't go for him there to even try to hunt the kill because Mason's gun was accounted for, so they knew he only had a 5-7, and Existence didn't seem worried about that at all. And Nex with the P90 again.
It's a choice at this point.
So this is Penta, right? We didn't see this from them on Cash at all, but we generally see it from them. They will rock some SMGs on rifle rounds, and that was even before the most recent patch. Although P90 the same as it was.
Yeah, definitely not a gun that you would want to play in A, but I guess I can see why you would want to use it in B. Now Dennis taking some early damage. Where is he playing? That's Dennis in the window.
Yeah, he actually got pretty low as 2 players out towards mid. It looks like Mason and Flippin, I think, are taking care of that. Meanwhile, the bomb is going off towards the long hall, and we'll see those 2 players. Are they trying to do like the Mirage version of NOA or something?
Oh, this is beautiful. They can actually see in the back of the window. Now, the issue is that if he turns too much, his crosshair is going to stick, or his gun model is going to stick right through it, but they're giving up on the boost, and because of that, he goes down. Now, they don't know Nex is down here. They wouldn't have expected this boost, but the Cat player finds him anyways.
I wonder if they had that boost, if it would have made the difference. It was a little awkward. I think they were like, no, you go up, no, you go, no, I want to go up. And they were just kind of staring into each other's eyes.
I feel like when he turned into the wall, his gun model stuck
maybe
through it.
Maybe went through, yeah.
And he was worried about that. A4 problems, hashtag A4 problems. Or A1 problems, excuse me.
Yeah, well, they just got to be a man and run around without the silencer.
Like Nex would.
Yeah, Nex would. Someone already was rocking the USP without a silencer.
That was Nex.
To be fair, it is the coolest sounding gun in the game, so.
Yep. pop pop instead of pew pew.
I almost wish you could if you could choose the USP without the silencer and have the same number of clips as the P2K.
But it's so funny to watch people walk around while they're trying to unscrew their silencers, though.
Yeah, I can't quick switch out of that anymore. I gotta watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, so Existence, like you already said, you know, getting that equalizer in term, like the numeric equalizer here.
Right. Well
4-4, but Existence feeling really, really good, and they know that there's a lot on the line here for Penta, just for their confidence.
Yeah.
And of course, getting into a tournament, like we're at the Season 6 land now. Wait until the Season 7.
Oh my God, they don't want to miss out on that. Absolutely not. And I think if we were to say who has a better chance to not only win this series, but to go farther in the actual season, I think we would both point to Penta, right? Neither of us, even though we thought that Existence would drop a map, would think that Existence would win. But Dennis is a really good lurk spot in here. Lets Mason run right by him. And oh my goodness, gets punished for his patience.
The physics.
Superman's Lowell. Right
Pistols to the chin just makes people fly 30 feet in the air. And I love it. It's my favorite part, actually.
It's great.
So Existence now with the lead here. So leading by 1. And if we actually look back at their rounds in a row, it was broken up a little bit. They got 1. They traded 1 off. And then now they've got 4 in a row.
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to try to do here. It looks like Musambani's going to go for a window smoke, and they want to set up for sort of a full A, and I think by smoking a window, they let them know that they might be a middle but might not, and that's going to allow the rotates to be a little bit more cautious on the side of Penta, meaning the A site might be a little bit more vulnerable, but yes, and 2 players in the site, 1 goes down already.
Yeah, and that's bad. They had 1 more in connector coming over who was, I think, aggressive at mid at first. Dennis will get 1, but that's not going to be enough. And that's now 4 on 3. Existence moving into the site. We've got Crystal over in CT. We've got 1 in jungle, and actually 2 players going to be coming up through CT. I believe that's Speedy, the last one to rotate over. On top of the ticket booth, though, is Crystal. Doesn't stop the bomb plant, but immediately after the plant, he'll bring down Kyrie. Mason, though, to find next. And now a 3-on-2. CT's having to retake here. Only 1 smoke to speak of, so kind of just gonna have to go in aggressive. Oh, gonna molly it off. And the smoke is onto the bomb, so this is... if that shot didn't go through, maybe he could have just locked onto the bomb. But I think at a certain point, all terrorists will peek and just spam that smoke, and chances are not likely. And Crystal, you know, fighting the good fight there, just trying to find some frags. But at that point already, the round was over. Bomb.
Wow, extremely well played round by Existence. First of all, smoking that window I think was a good idea, and then they worked up, and their Abs player wasn't afraid to peek out right away. I guess they just assumed there wouldn't be eyes on it. I think when they threw that window smoke, they baited Dennis and window to try to peek around the left corner of the smoke, and that meant that there was no player watching Abs, and so that gave them the confidence to be able to peek out on the site, and that was really great for them. Now they were able to get a frag off of it and just walked up a ramp, not leaving any chance for counter flashes to occur, and just going off the fact that they had the man advantage. So I think that was just really well played, and wow, Crystal with a nice pick at mid.
All right, Musambani, though, finds one there onto Speedy. Crystal, though, of course, the other star opper in the match. Have been talking a little bit more about Kyrie because he's been doing a little bit more with that weapon so far. Not as much on this map, but definitely the first one. It's been actually mostly just, except for the odd, it was the op with the Galil round, and that just fell apart. And then since then, it's been almost all AKs, I think.
Yeah, does seem like it. And NKJ, oh, I thought that was next, his opponent up in CPL. But
Dennis with the auto shotgun playing at ramp close.
Crystal just holding a very basic angle there. Punishes Flippin for trying to sneak into the B site without flashes. They're not going to let that happen again, which is, if something happens like that, somebody walks up a ramp, right? That's not a round you want to lose. That's a round you lost because you thought that you overestimated your opponents and you thought they were going to make a complicated play, but Kyrie comes out and kills next. The man advantage going back and forth here, but Musambani with 5 HP means that they are not only a man down, but a lot of health as well. I would point to Crystal, but he's got an op, so. Yeah.
NKJ to find another with that FAMAS, and now the auto cannon is coming over, and he says, "Get out of my way!" NKJ gets the TK and finds the kill onto Mason. You should get -900 for killing a teammate with that.
He had to borrow.
Does it work that way, or is it just always?
He said,
it should work that way.
He said, "Give me your energy."
Take my energy.
Yeah, loaded up his auto. But yeah, it used to be quite a lot of money, and now it's only 300.
Well, I know. I'm just saying though, because the shotguns give you 900, so they should take away 900.
Ooh. That's brutal.
Volvo, please.
That would be brutal. Looking for a 7th round, our existence. And they were actually unable to win that round just now, right? It was so close. Back and forth trades.
Crystal actually just shot between that guy's legs. Or maybe it did hit Musambani and just didn't kill him. Either way. A near miss there. Mason to bring down Nex. And Penta finds themselves at a disadvantage here. 2 players are low. I mean, honestly, 16 and 1 are pretty much the same HP in Counter-Strike. Like, everything's going to kill you. So...
Don't you know you bleed out at 16?
Yeah. The dots. All right, NKJ going to bring down that bench player. Actually through the bench. Some nice control there. Flipping, though, to find one. Crystal now with the op moving his way in. Almost gets 2. Doesn't quite hit that second one. That aggressive flick shot. And misses the other one at bench.
It's definitely running there.
And the bomb's been in sight for a while, but really hesitant to plant. Kyrie will find one more, and Dennis now coming over. He's already pretty close to B, but was coming all the way from A with the shotgun. So now it's up to Speedy with the FAMAS to try to do this, but Kyrie with the 3K on the round finishes it up there from his bench position. And finally, I mean, I feel like the CTs went a little fast there because the bomb wasn't planted until everyone was dead, which means it was never even planted.
Yeah, this absolutely destroys Penta's economy. They had just won. They had lost 5 rounds in a row, 1-1, and then lost a very, very close round. And so are pretty broke. I mean, it's in their best interest to just buy because they're going to have to double save anyway. And think about that in the future. But there's only 3 rounds in total, so either way, they will only be buying on the last round and this one. And with Apps Control, might be able to make something happen and do get 3 picks early.
That pistol work, it can be deadly. Musambani, and now that the rifle is there, Crystal with an AK kill. They get 1, and, well, looking at the numbers, no one's won the half yet. You're going to need 8 for that.
Yeah, it's absolutely understood, I think, on Existence's side that they, I think Existence were fully aware that Penta were low on money. I don't know if they anticipated the force buy, though that can be common to do. Now, just getting straight out aim though, because they stuck together and tried to take A, meant that they couldn't win the round. Now, Crystal holding this angle might find some success in mid, but we have no idea if someone will peek, and it looks like no one is going to take that challenge at mid just yet.
Yeah, just the nades, baiting Crystal's attention, which was maybe almost enough to give Kyrie a chance to get an op angle on him from below the window. But Kyrie actually was almost brought down. Like that shot wasn't far off. And I think both players now going to back away from the window. Bomb is out towards mid. Now window going to be smoked up. And we'll see everyone posted up out there. Trying to, I mean, no one's on the catwalk, so it feels like they're a little more geared towards A, and they do still have one player in Palace. They just lost one, though, which was Mason.
Yeah.
So things, I mean, clock still 50 seconds there, but Existence is going to need to hit the entry, or they're just going to lose the numbers advantage on this take. So Flippin has already got himself out there, working on the player at tickets. He finds him, is opt down by Crystal, and that makes it a 4-on-3. There's also a molly. Okay, Speedy pushing through the smoke of jungle to find one. And now Crystal trying to no-scope through the wall. I think no, it didn't hit Musambani. It's Lau that's down at 5. And Lau actually finds 2 headshots for the price of 95 damage. And the Penta economy in a rough place, I guess, but they've had a shotgun the last like 4 rounds in a row. Just trying to do what they can, play that one close angle. There's like, I guess, A ramp and A, the apartment's up in B, but here he is now. It doesn't make for a good clutching weapon.
This is so awkward for him. Oh, the nade. He won the round.
Oh, and the time. Oh, he was able to cross, though, and will plant. Next
could have acted on that.
He could have very much just charged that. I guess there's if he dies, he still wins the round. Maybe contest the plant, but that goes down to the wire, and Existence will take another round there.
You know, I was being a little bit overzealous there. I thought he was aware that there was a player at Tribox and could have caught him crossing, but I guess had no idea where the trade could come from. And so once he stopped the bomb planner, who he didn't even know was planning. Actually, he did know it was planning, but
I would think he knew.
Who he knew was planning, just it wasn't enough information. So a closer round than he knew, I guess, is the best way to put it.
At least he hit the 3-pointer, so he's got that. But now we're in the last round of the first half, and with an very, very yellow MP9, with a very accurate title of the Bulldozer now. Trying to get things done there. Pushing. That was the CT's actually getting aggressive up mid, and I feel like that's the first time they've actually done that this map. Yeah,
it's true. And Existence have come up to close to peaking mid, but haven't actually committed to it that often, except by going underpass first or some or other route. And flipping again, working those apps so well, getting a pick almost every time he goes there, whether it be from coming all the way out and peeking the site. Might
Dennis
get
gonna catch one with a nade out.
Oh,
Misses the shots initially, does finally find it, but does, well, I mean, could have got out of there cleanly with an AK and 100 HP, instead took a lot of damage down to 19. And it's a 4-on-4. He's hiding behind these wall of smokes. Lau is right there below him under the porch. So we'll see how that situation plays out. Not going to be able to stop the plant with a nade this time, but moving forward very quickly. Oh gosh, what is going on? Next with the shotgun. Shotgun not working out so much, and this was Speedy that moved quickly into the site. Didn't quite go all the way, just playing around that tri-box. Oh, not going to shoot him, not going to give away his position at all. Oh my gosh. Oh, he turns and he gets that headshot initially, but can't close the round. Some fancy plays, but it's still going to be existence 9-6 on that first half.
Wow, that was a hard-fought first half. I think that went back and forth. Existence obviously looked like the truly better team, though, stringing multiple rounds in a row together on the T side and just straight up winning the half, right? They did an excellent job. I mean, are you not impressed?
I am impressed, and once again, we see Kyrie. These are just first half stats popping up here as we see, well, yeah, just the first half, 9-6.
Oh my God.
But 17 kills for Kyrie.
Kyrie, a.k.a. Carry.
Yeah, we always kind of expect the Kyrie Crystal show. Crystal still had 15, but I don't know, man. It is generally thought of as a CT-sided map, although more and more, I like being swayed. I feel like terrorists are getting a lot of space on these CT-sided maps, basically all of them, but Inferno in particular, and also Mirage.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you've definitely been hinting towards that. It might be more specifically in these pro placement matches, just these EU games in general. The meta over there, I think, might be starting to favor the T side a little bit more. We have been seeing very good results from T side that look like legitimate round wins, not just failures on the part of CTs. So I could see that as being possible. Now that brings up the question of whether or not Penta will be okay with that. Will they think that, okay, it's just because we got a pretty lackluster CT side, does that mean that we can come through on T side and win this map? And Mason with the brutal headshot on top of mid.
The pistol round op, ladies and gentlemen. The silenced USP finds the head. Next though, finds him right after that. Lau over there by the ticket is brought down pretty low, and Crystal was about to push him, but is greeted by a white screen. Lau with that P2K finds a really nice one onto Dennis and Existence. I mean, if they get this pistol in the next 3, pushing up 12 rounds. Like,
next with the Deagle. This
could be bad for Penta Sports if they drop this here, but they've evened it up close. Flash going out to CT spawn. Lau not going to be peeking it. Looks like Crystal is pretty aware that there is that crevice there in CT spawn.
Man, I can't believe he's looking for 1 Deags on the pistol round. We saw that buy come out from World Edit on Flipside when they were losing on cash, like really badly. Oh,
flipping. We'll stop that plant now. 2-on-2. And Nex has been using the Deagle a lot. That's like his 4th or 5th time in just these this match and a half that we've seen so far. Although Nex, I mean, he was the bottom fragger after the first half, which is uncharacteristic of him. So.
Yeah, definitely not Nex, though. He did have a Nova, I think, 3 rounds, and then a P90 another.
That's true. So that was maybe questionable. He's already got 2 this round. We'll see what he can do. Trying to come out of the apartments. These CTs need to go and take the site. 1 firebox, 1 under the porch. Next is going to be brought down. Crystal flying up the ladder and now trying to get over to Tetris.
Oh my God!
Kyrie lands the shot and has time for it. So the pistol round going existence. It's 10-6.
What a shot! Almost swore there. I controlled myself. Oh my gosh! But in a 1v1, if Crystal had gotten behind that Tetris, it would have been slim to no chance of Existence being able to win that round. And once again, that's a pistol round after being up 1-0, and it's 6-10. Existence on the favored side, and are about to pull this upset off. Almost. I mean, it seems like against a team that they can knock out of the pro placement tournament and actually advance themselves. So, oh man, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, so Existence really proving themselves. And I know, I think it was Dust that made the point earlier. I mean, they're a team from Spain, which is not really a country in Europe you think of when you think of Counter-Strike. So, like, a little more isolated, probably. At least, not in terms of ping, really, but, you know, just maybe the scene there isn't as big. And for them to come up and upset a team that, you know, is being invited to majors, like, that's crazy for Existence to get into such a big tournament.
You know, as Overgaming did have upsets themselves, but... are down a man. Are actually 2v2 right now.
Yeah, 2v2. We'll see Trying to, Kyrie getting a nice one with the Tech 9, his second kill in the round. NKJ will bring him down, and now we find ourselves into a 1v1 bomb here in 40 seconds.
The most important 1v1 so far in this map.
Flashing off CT. That is not where the player is. They're coming up the connector here, going to fake the plant. I don't even know if Flippin was close enough to hear that, honestly. And coming over the stairs there, doesn't hit the shot. It's NKJ that gets it. Controls
the spray, and that's a round right there for Penta. Very critical 1v1, I think, on the back of a half buy, it looked like. Like, he was one of the only 2 players, I think, there with AKs.
All right, and for those of you just joining us here on stream, maybe expecting the finals, the LAN finals for CEVO Season 6, that is coming up right after this best of 3 of Penta and Existence. This is map 2. We're on Mirage. It was Existence that took Cash in a dominating fashion, so we'll see. It's kind of up to Existence when we're going to get that CLG versus Elevate match started, but already in this one, NKJ and Crystal finding some great openers here for Penta. They've brought to a 4-on-2. Musambani and Flippin, and this was a buy-in here, trying to keep the pressure up as Existence, going for the pistols and the armor. After getting upset in that second round of the second half.
Oh, the MAC 10 taps.
The tap, MAC 10. Not quite what it's used for, but surprisingly is not too bad long range when you tap it.
Unbelievably good. And yeah, this 2v2 looks like Existence are going to save their weapons here. Musambani does have half armor and a P250. Just one of the lighter saves that you might pull off, but there's no way for him to pick up Crystal or Nex's gun, and so Flippin at the top of mid here is trying to save a smoke, and a scout might get peeked, but managed to fall off at just the right time and put a counter buy to okay use. I mean, they dropped 2 players, they saved 2 players. Not the worst situation to be in. Are down in rounds, if only slightly, and are going to go up into one more save here. And hopefully for them, it's their last. I mean, they don't want to get their money broken on that rifle.
Kyrie's so near the head with that scout. Doesn't bring home a kill, though. NKJ going to find the first kill on the round over towards A site. Bomb's already moved out. Dennis going to be clearing out the jungle side over here, and even further, going to go towards CT, but close range against that 5-7 of Flippin. That's going to bring him down, and going to equip him with the rifle to go on this retake. Good spray down there of NKJ, and that's a 3-on-3. Existence. They had a pretty good shot at this retake. Flippin is still there and does have head armor and an AK. We'll see. He's going to have a really big round if he wants to get this, like possibly ace defuse. Because where's actually Musambani? Oh, Musambani will just show up with the P250. Gets down 2. Crystal now to a quick one-on-one. Musambani.
That's it for him.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and opt to save. Time was getting low. Did have no kit, so it became unwinnable quickly. But still, what a round there from Existence, and Musambani doing some nice work.
Yeah, quite expensive that round for Penta, and so that's kind of your goal in those eco rounds, obviously. Your primary goal is to make those rounds expensive for the buying players, to always keep them within one of saving, but they have built up quite a bit of bank and do have a little bit of money to spare, so even though Existence were able to do that early economic damage, I would imagine to see Penta being able to buy on the back of a round loss. Now, we'll see if that's the way that plays out. On this rifle round here, and up on the board for Kyrie, and up on the board for Crystal. This is where it's going to get exciting. I expect to see some duels.
Yeah, I think everyone does at this point. I think Crystal, honestly, so far for how the match has gone, has more to prove here.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if Kyrie can live up to the earlier performance. Already, though, Existence just moving out with their rifles and taking down almost the entirety of Penta. And it's Nex left alone. Well, at least he has a sandwich.
Yeah.
At least that's where he is.
At least he can eat a sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, and Kyrie will stop him from even enjoying the simple things.
Yeah. Didn't even have time to finish the first half. So that's quite a convincing round for Existence. We've seen this kind of play from them, like on that first map, where they were just running around, splitting up, taking control in one area, winning all their aggressive duels, and then winning duels across the map. And that means that's huge for them. And actually, Penta are going to be on a save. And I think a couple players are going to be armor buying to even out the money. But overall, this is going to be a save round. This is what Existence needs to do: win rounds and win rounds convincingly. Now. Mason going to look for an aggressive pick, it looks like, going to flash for himself onto the A ramp, and NKJ double flash gets the frag anyways. Looks for a second one. Lau flashed himself, and everybody just white this round.
No, that's enough to put a player on tilt. You get the perfect pop flash, and then you peek out and get immediately one tap. But look at this. Dennis still trying to make this a round. Almost nearly had it, but it doesn't quite. Kyrie with the USP there and flip it in the end with the M4 onto Speedy. So 2 surviving members there. Kyrie got a 3K. And now it's 12-9. Penta, I mean, at what point do they start to get really nervous here on Mirage, if not already?
You know, I think they'll save their nervousness until the end of this bye round. So I think
probably.
it is actually closer than I would have anticipated. But Penta are going to be confident, I think, all the way up until the end of the game. But I think starting to get nervous, I think it'd be fair to say that you could be slightly nervous. And whoa, just with that game sense, taking a shot through the smoke. You might have seen some feed actually at the corner of it, and that might be a smoke working in their favor, but is unable to capitalize so far.
Yeah, it takes a smart play, a little more defensive to back off. You know, he took a few shots, which means like, yo, Kyrie's in window, like, let's go kill him. That's probably what's going through the heads of Penta. And they've got a really, really nice boost. You can do it on either side of the underpass. Like, you can boost exactly where Kyrie is scoped right now, or a little bit closer and catch Kyrie when he goes, hey, I need to go play A. But the problem is, no one's actually going A, so there was no reason for Kyrie to ever back off of this position. And now NKJ shows up. If NKJ did that and got the kill a second earlier, I don't know. It all is it's within milliseconds there, because there was also the peek from Connector, the hilarious peek from Connector.
Yeah.
About 20 bullets into both of those guys, but neither of them going down.
Oh my god. Literally shooting between the head and the feet. Yeah, was that? Yeah.
I mean, it's not an explosive amount of damage, obviously, but it forced them all to go over those stairs, flipping it to get one to the top of the box.
Later, kid, says Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis with a quick one-tap there onto Flip, and now it's Kyrie by himself. Got a 3K last round. It's a little harder to do, though, when you're by yourself. It is a team game, after all. He'll switch out that op for the rifle. Didn't have enough bullets in it, though. Kyrie gets one and will fall. Penta getting this within 2.
This is pretty tough at Penta. It seems like in the mid to late round, they should be favored. Now, towards the end of some of these clutches, I think the reason that Existence were able to come out with some of these round wins and actually upset the whole last map was because they have been more clutch, which I think is unexpected. The individual play on Penta is extremely strong, and they should be really proud of that fact. Now, if Existence, I think, are able to come out with the early round picks like they're able to do on some of these rounds, just come away with 5 in total, then they could end this match. But if Penta don't give up those early picks and lead them into the late, we might see something different.
NKJ gets popped pretty low, but does find the kill onto Mason. But the big news this round, Crystal was going, must have not had a great spawn to peek mid. But Kyrie had already jumped out of the window, went underpass, and just like that, the knife in the back of Dennis. Dennis is like, team. No calls on that one because they didn't see him. 4-on-3 though, Penta still with the man advantage. We'll have to go back and get the bomb though.
We need a candle for Dennis.
That was rough. All right, Moose and Bonnie trying to peek out of this window. One over to his right. He's going for the same thing. Maybe he'll catch 2 people off in the same round. 2 knives. There were 2 players up in the nook there at mid. It's like 1 maybe even all the way into connector.
So with him pushing up here, and as long as he has some information, I'm sure they'll be comfortable leaving the B site. This also makes the rotate to A for him a lot faster. But the thing is that Penta are about to execute on A, and it'll be perfect timing for them. So this is the exact moment where players can't get situated on the site, and you can take it from A ramp and connector like they're doing. Flippin does have this flank, but they're going to assume that he's up there if they don't see him in the site.
I mean, I feel like Flippin's in almost a game-winning spot, but when there's 4 people to your 2, like, you've got enough bodies on Penta to check everything, and that doesn't allow Flippin to get anything done. They gun him down almost immediately, and it's Kyrie who's going to try to save an AK. Next, though, might not allow that. Or Speedy won't allow it.
Yeah. And once again,
the jump.
Penta into the late round are able to come away with it. Now, that's, as I said, like it seems like just into the mid or late round, Penta have the advantage. Now, one of the reasons that they might not have been able to win that was because of the eco, though they did have a pick down. And as we go into this next round, I'm not sure what to say. It's neck and neck, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it is going back and forth, but Penta have 11, Existence have 12, but Penta looking solid on the T side. What's our pred for this map?
I don't know if we got that far. We threw it over to, we did our predictions on map 1 to the analyst on map 1. I don't think we got a chance to do it on map 2, but a lot of us were saying, well, you and Dust said 2-0 overall.
We can do an unofficial pred.
So you, implicitly, you predicted that Penta wins Mirage.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was 2-0, Penta taking Mirage. I don't know, at this point, with it being 11-12, I feel like Penta do have a good opportunity to win the game if they can make Existence play their game, and they have the advantage of, if they feel good on the T side, they have the advantage of being able to break the money constantly of the CTs, and so if they put a couple rounds on the board together, they can win it off the back of saves, and Crystal with a really aggressive peek gets the frag on Kyrie, who shot him through the bar and only does more than half HP.
Oh, wow, NKJ focuses on the player he sees, which is in connector, but gets gunned down in the back. Next, though, picks up a 3K. And now it's just Mason by himself here, so Penta definitely going to be tying it up here, 12-12.
My goodness, that's really bad news for Existence. I mean, at what point do we start talking about a third map? But still, there's a long, hard road for Penta to get back in this game. You know, being the aggressive on the aggressive side is always a little bit risky, right? You always run the opportunity of the CTs catching you off guard in one way or another, right? That'll always be a thing in Counter-Strike, no matter how T or CT side of the map does get. That means for Penta that the onus is on them to actually put these rounds together. But like I said, if they can bring these into these late, middle or late rounds, I feel like they are a better team than Existence, and it shows.
All right, that's going to tie it up. Mason is able to preserve the M4A4 and some armor, as well as a smoke. So still, team not even close enough economy-wise to go ahead and have Mason drop and rebuy himself a rifle. So it is, I feel okay calling this an eco. I mean, they got the one gun they preserved, but it's just 4 P250s. No armor here for Existence, so this could be Penta's chance to take the lead for the first time in a while, actually. Since when? Like round 5?
You want to say in ever?
Is it in ever?
Oh, no.
No. They started
Penta
off.
Did have an early lead.
Yeah, since like maybe around 8 or 9 when they took it over. It was 5-4 when Existence took the lead with 5.
Just barely. And so it's going to be a T-sided map, just overall, if Penta are able to win or even get a couple more rounds in.
He has no idea that someone's close.
Oh, wow.
Gets one underpass player, can't get the next. And actually, Dennis is gets away with getting 2, almost getting 3. Can still have another shot here. Quick flick over to the left. Oh, reloading, getting tagged up there in the open. Now we're going to deal with his jungle side, dropping that smoke. Moose and Bonnie to shoot before the smoke blooms, I would assume. But now we'll go to Flippin, and he's the real defender here, defending the bomb site, and that's where Penta has gone over towards B. Flippin, if Flippin heard that plant and will hear that one and stop that one. Oh, maybe not. Just delaying that one.
Welcome to MLG, folks.
Yeah, MLG Tech 9 gets it. And now Moose and Bonnie pushing there on the flank. So 3 players go into B, 3 players leave B for Penta.
Yes, they do. And that's very important for their economy now. They do have they're looking just a lot better right now. Penta are definitely back on their feet, are winning in the half, 6 rounds to 3. Existence only with 2 rifle rounds and one where they defused on the pistol, that very close round from Kyrie. But ultimately, Penta, with a small lead and a big lead in the half, are looking like the stronger team right now. And Mason does come out with the early pick, and it looks like Mason has gotten the early pick a couple of times.
Yeah.
But they haven't gotten the rounds.
Oh, and Kyrie here playing on Cat. I don't think he's opted from that position before, so next. Also next, focusing on Moose and Bonnie, who we did bring down with a headshot. But the trade is there immediately, so I mean, you got to string them together to really win the map. And we might have another 1 off or 2 off here. We'll see what Crystal can maybe open up with his op. And with that new scope, he is crawling through those apartments, trying to clear it out with a minute left on the clock.
Man, I think it'd be a good time to point out that in these last 2 rounds, we had Dennis and Nex both go up in the connector and get 3 frags. Actually, Dennis only got 2, but they still managed to win. But either way, that has been a weak point in their defenses, and Penta not looking to exploit that right now, though.
Probably why Kyrie decided to go Cat that round, so he can support connector from Cat. And, well, no one was there, so we peeked mid aggressively and found one. Now trying to get people crossing up there in those apartments, but misses them both. Flippin', though, with a nice backstab. Speedy trying to get through the underpass. Crystal, there's the optimal.
You can't do it.
We finally get it.
Peeked him on T side.
Yeah, you got it, man. Crystal finally gets him. Oh, and a nade there as well. So hitting both shots. 2 on 2. And a great spot here to defend Flippin. And is the other, yeah, they're both coming through the halls. So that's going to give the information. So trying to get Crystal out of his comfort zone, which I think they've succeeded on. And NKJ, though, stops Flippin. And, you know, just a quick Tech 9 one-shot there onto Mason will seal the round.
Wow.
And that was a good one for Penta. We're disadvantaged even for a little bit there.
Wow. Back at it. 14 rounds to 12. Crystal with an amazing play. Just a huge play from Crystal. Great round. Getting those 2 frags and coming out and peeking on that T side, you know, post-update peek, and just killed him before he could even shoot. Just completely, just with great reaction time, managed to use the op in a way that we didn't think was really that easy to do. Yeah, it was just beautiful. He was definitely lined up perfectly to hit that shot on time. And Mason flashing himself down is almost going to get punished for it, but Lau right behind him. Oh, man.
Was that knife peek plan just to have the higher mobility, or did he just like kind of screw up his bind and Lau was there? And actually, I was just about to criticize them for the 5 FAMAS buys, or just, you know, maybe doubt their potential this round. But look at that. They get aggressive at A ramp, and now they've killed 3 members of Penta and fighting to bring it back into the tie because Existence trailing 2 rounds. Crystal with an op going to check one side, cannot check both, or can he? Scopes one, no scopes the other. Flipping, though, finally with the trade, and now 3 players here alive for Existence. Speedy going to make that 2. And does not have the bomb, though. Bomb is down A site. Looks to be below the porch. No, the connector, excuse me.
Now, this would be an absolutely ludicrous 2v5, though it's on Spitty to win a 1v2 here. He's got 35 seconds. He 100% plans to win this round. How he's going to do it is up to question. Now, it looks like he's going to try to jump in the window, but with 30 seconds left on the board, he's not going to have enough time to walk as much as he wants, and he does fall out of the window, so now he's running out of options.
I think anyone heard the noise. If a Speedy falls out of the window and no one's around to hear it, does he make any noise, Launders? That's the question. All right, he'll molly off. I heard it, though. I can't lie. All right, he mollies off one area. He's going to try to clear out the site. Has done that. Has not bothered to clear out CT, though, but he had no choice. Time was winding down, and he had to take the chance to plant it.
Could not find that kill, and unfortunately, you know, it wasn't on him to win that round, right? If he did, it would have just been an amazing 2v5, but a very unlikely to do it. But Penta have this lead. Existence have finally put a round on the board on the CT side. It's been a while. It's been 5 rounds since they have, and what a better time to do it, to make this a very exciting game. Now going up against an op. Kyrie will have one to answer, but will that make a difference? I'm not so sure. Stack A here means they think that it's going to be a full one, but with 2 players at mid and Kyrie going down at B, their B is completely wide open, or at least weak, with only 1 player here to defend with no rotates in sight.
Yeah, Bomb, though, did cross over to the Nook at mid, so maybe feeling pinned down, although I don't know by what, because Kyrie's op is out of the question. Mason there, going to throw off that lower smoke. Well, Lau actually finds Speedy, so that will even it up. And they didn't act quick enough to really capitalize on how under-defended B was. Next, they'll find another one, so it's creating some more space here on that terrorist side. Trying to get themselves to 15 rounds. That'll be match point. And get us one step closer, guys, going to map 3. Oh, there you go. And map 3, that was actually Dust 2 that we might be seeing, as Nex is just taking this round over all by himself. He's found a 3K. Looks like Lau, the last one here for Existence, trying to get something done. Bomb is, of course, just going to be going towards A, so Lau just in a fight for his life right there, and he will live. Quickly going to find himself in another 1v1 against Dennis. Dennis is moving through the market, and will probably just get Lau on the back. Oh, the spray's a little, it wasn't the prettiest.
Nope. Oh.
Lau shoots him in the leg.
B hopping out of the window.
I don't even think that shot connected. Missing another one there, nearly trying to peek aggressive here with this op. Oh, no! The no-scope headshot! As Dennis is going for the BM, trying to get a knife in there. Although, Dennis did get knifed, so he wants one back.
Lau ate his Doritos today.
All right, Penta with 15, so this is match point on Mirage. Existence need to win 2 in a row now to force overtime here.
Just to bring it to OT, and it looked like after the second pistol, they were looking to take the series 2-0. Now Penta just supremely confident, are able to keep their composure, put rounds on the board, play into the mid late round, which are so good at, and close them out. Now Existence have a plan, and that is to end it early, but on a complete force buy, not a single big gun in sight. Have to do it on the back of 5.7s, CZ, and a P250, and low nades.
And against Crystal Zop, which has been proven to be pretty deadly in the last few rounds when Penta started turning it around. Next, also, I think he heard, man, that we called him out a little bit for that performance in the first half, because he has turned it on here. NKJ going to get another 2. Flipping, though, finding himself in a good flank position, but can't land the shot there with that 5-7. And now Flipping, the last man alive here. There's, well, 100% chance we're seeing Dust 2 here.
Really, I had a premonition that he won that round, but I guess that's why I'm not a fortune teller.
All right, guys, so it looks like we will get to that third map. It's going to be Dust 2, but a 16-13 scoreline looking very, very close. And a lot of you that are maybe tuning in, maybe not super familiar with these teams. I mean, Penta thought to be the clear favorite here, but Existence dominating on Cash and making a really, really good fight on Mirage. Yeah,
I mean, a good showing on Mirage. In the first series that they played against each other, it was pretty dominant from both teams on all 3 maps. In this series, it's been a little bit different. Penta just barely won that second, while coming away with a loss on the first, and in convincing fashion from Existence. Now, in this map, who do we highlight? It looks like, instead of Nex, who is up there, I mean, he's definitely a part of the reason that they won. Crystal, who wasn't so hot last map, has really turned up the heat, and NKJ, the new man, the new 5th to the roster, has had a really good showing as well. And Kyrie, just consistent as usual. Almost 30 frags on the board.
Way up there. I mean, he had the most frags in the game on the losing team. Granted, we did see a lot of rounds, but I'd almost rather highlight NKJ more, right? Because we know Crystal to be a crazy fragger, entry fragger for Penta, but NKJ, you know, the new member to the team, having to prove himself, and at least in my eyes so far here in the Season 7 placement tournaments, NKJ is a really, really strong addition to the team.
I'm sure they like him.
Yeah, definitely, guys. All right, so map 3 in this best of 3. It's going to be Dust 2, and that's coming up in just a little bit, guys. So stay tuned here. You're watching MLG.tv/PlayCEVO. We're going to have a quick commercial break, and we'll be here when you come back.